Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, with some news. The Las Vegas Raiders, they signed wide receiver Alec Bachman. Who the hell is Alec Bachman, Mitch? Well, luckily, that's what we're going to be talking about here on today's show. So, I want you to hit that like button. Not for Bachman. Actually, no, F it. Like that right now for Bachman. Joining the nation, but let's also do it for my guy, Chuck here. As you can see, not thrilled that we're taking away from his time to make a video, but you know what? That's what the Raiders Report here is all about. Getting you guys the content that you want, that you need, which is exactly why you subscribe. If it's a name like Alec Bachman, I'm making a video. If it's a name like Xavier Howard, which I would freaking love, or Emmanuel Ogba, hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep you updated. So what we're going to be talking about here is who exactly is Alec Bachman? Why did the Raiders decide to sign him? What we can anticipate going forward with Raiders OTA practice? Because, let's be real, Alec Bachman, not many people have heard about him. But I do think that this signing is an important one for the Raiders because of what it means. And that's why I'm hoping that you're watching this video, because there is something to learn, and there is a big why behind the Raiders decided to go with Bachman. So first off, the reason why the Raiders ended up adding him is for special teams help. I know he plays wide receiver. This guy has never made an impact in the NFL at the receiver position. In fact, he's got 4 games played his entire career with the New York Giants in 2020, 2021, 4 games in total, and he's got nothing. He's got literally, I'm not even kidding you, 1 rushing attempt, -3 yards, and then he's got 1 return for 16 yards, punt returner. There's not a lot of stats to go along with Bachman. It is a special teams move. It is a depth move. And sometimes you're just looking to add bodies at Raiders OTAs, which kind of takes me to my next point here of why the Raiders decided to bring him in. So we had practice on May 21st, OTAs. There were 4 wide receivers that were unable to practice. Michael Gallup, who's battled injuries his entire career. Devontae Adams was not there. He's fine. I ain't worried about Devontae. Nobody is. Jalen Guyton did not practice. And then Tulu Griffin. The reason why that's intriguing to me is because Jalen Guyton does offer you special teams ability. Tulu Griffin, UDFA, also offers you some special teams ability. So if you're Antonio Pierce, if you're Patrick Graham, if you're Tom Telesco, you're looking at this roster right now. Heck, Tom McMahon, the Raiders special teams coach, you're going, I need my guys right now to be able to run out there and do certain drills. One of the very, very interesting things that Tom McMahon spoke when he spoke to the media on Tuesday was he talked about the new kick return rules. You know, he got super fired up when he was talking about it and was kind of like saying, you know, we're learning from Daniel Carlson, we're learning from A.J. Cole, we're trying to just learn as much as we can. And one of the media members was like, well, how many special teams reps are you doing? And McMahon kind of threw out the thing of, I don't want to burn our guys because special teams, you got to run a lot. That's what I think this move is. I think this is literally a move so the Raiders can continue to do the normal things that you like to do in OTAs, because if you're missing Jalen Guyton, Tulu Griffin, you're just putting a little bit more stress on your receiver core that already is pretty thin, that does not have a lot of guys. I mean, outside of Devontae, Jacoby, Trey Tucker, you got DJ Turner, who literally McMahon said that he loves, and maybe he loves him because DJ Turner is going up against Christian Wilkerson, Raymond Keaton, Jeff Foreman, Tyreek McAllister, and now Alec Bachman. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of names that anybody has heard of. So when you think of this move, think of it as special teams body for Raiders practice to get them the extra reps that they need. That is why this move was made. Point blank simple. So here's what I want to know, though. When you saw this video drop, Alec Bachman signs with the Raiders, what was the first thing that came to your mind? Who the F is that guy? That's crazy. Great signing. I want to know down below. It's going to be the pinned comment. Your one-word reaction to the Raiders signing Alex Bachman. My one-word reaction was video, because as soon as he signed, my mind did not go to Bachman. Is he going to make the 53-man roster? He's not going to make the 53-man roster. Bachman, if you watch this video, appreciate it. I wish you the best in your career, but this is about the nation. So coming up here on the show, I am going to tell you why this move matters to Raider fans. Why this move is of importance, because this is an important move to a certain degree. Now, the reason why that I say that is because the Silver and Black now have 91 players on their roster. You got 91 players on your roster. The Raiders are allowed to have 91 players on the roster. And, there might be a few people out there that don't know the ins and the outs of the NFL rules, and there might be some people out there that say, Raiders got to cut a guy now. You got to move on from a player because you're only allowed to have 90 players on your roster. That's true for most NFL teams. The Raiders, though, they're allowed to have 91 guys on their team because of their International Pathway Program player. Remember David Agoa? I want to say he was I don't remember what number he was last year. He's number 55 now this season. But, that's a guy that we're allowed to have on our team no matter what, and he will be counted against the roster. So right now, we have the max capacity of players on our team. The reason why that's interesting to me, and, Bachman's going to get an opportunity tomorrow. He's going to go out there. He's going to practice. Then the Raiders don't practice again until the 28th, 29th. Then you have more practices June 3rd, June 6th. The reason why that I wanted to honestly make this video is because now that the fact that they have 91 players, if the Raiders end up cutting somebody, this is where my mind is going to be are they about to sign somebody? Now, sure, it might be just because of the injuries that I stated earlier. They want just more practice rep guys. Maybe one of the 4 players out of the names I mentioned again of Michael Gallup. I mean, Amir Abdullah didn't practice either. I probably should have threw his name in there. He's basically a special teams guy at this point. But Jalen Guyton and Tula Griffin, none of those guys are participating, so you need the extra reps. But if the Raiders do end up cutting somebody, there's probably a reason. It's probably because they're about to sign somebody. And my mind is focused on the money that we are about to get with Jimmy Garoppolo, okay? Raiders right now are about $18.4 million in cap space. I don't know how much the Alec Bachman deal is. It's probably just some workout money, if we're being real. So you're probably $18.4 million. Let's say Bachman got $500,000. I don't know. You're at 18 mil, right? You're about to get that $24.1 million from Jimmy Garoppolo. That's good. You're going to get that money on June 2nd, post June 1st cut. If I'm the Raiders, I'm Telesco, I'm going to try to evaluate as much as I humanly possibly can from the players that I have on my roster, and then I'm going to try to sign somebody after June 6th, because mandatory minicamp then is June 11th, June 12th, June 13th. If you ask any of the coaches what's more important, mandatory minicamp or OTAs, the answer is mandatory minicamp, and I don't know if it's all that close. So if I'm the Raiders, I am trying to evaluate an entire roster as much as humanly possible. Special teams is a very, very big part of that, especially when I think most people watching the show right now are like, yeah, this Raiders team is better from top to bottom. Those last special team spots are very, very important. So my mind goes, could the Raiders potentially sign somebody after June 6th? When practice is over, and if they are planning on it, they have to cut somebody. Maybe his name is Alec Bachman. All right, y'all, that's all the time that I got for you. I actually, Harrison Buckner would be very upset with me. I have a TaskRabbit literally about to pull up here to my house now and hang some stuff up. My dad's in town tomorrow. Peace out. The next time you guys are going to see me live here on the Raiders Report is going to be on Tuesday. I got some stuff going on over the next few days, but I'll be live on Tuesday. And it's going to be a wild, wild show. That's all I'm going to say, May 30th. That's all I'm going to say. Peace out, Alec Bachman. Welcome to the nation. If you want more videos from the Raiders Report, click this subscribe button right here. And then if you're trying to get even more content from me, I got videos right here, and I got videos right here. I would say this, though. Chuck, his personal favorites, they're right here. Videos, subscribe. Peace out to the nation.